The number one lesson that we learned was do not underestimate the storm.
Michael doesn't think I can do it. Nobody thinks I can do it. I don't even think I can do it.
It's not too bad.
So I really hope I didn't just jinx anything, you know, the harbor or us.
This is Joel. Together with Tony and Jared, he gave up everything to buy a boat and go on the adventure of a lifetime. But after a death-defying sail to Cuba, he returned to Key West and found himself alone.
Wish me luck on this adventure. When Michael finished school, I asked her to sail with me to the Bahamas. She agreed, but joined strictly as crew. 4 months later, we made it to the Dominican Republic. Broke and in love.
Bums on a Boat is a true story about facing fear, finding adventure, and falling in love. Each tale is brought to you by our patrons and viewers. Subscribe and click the bell to get notified about weekly premieres and visit our website to learn more. Thank you for watching.
We're walking away with a little girl.
These are the tales of BOAB.
Go on, Daryl. Good morning. We are currently anchored off the island of Hispaniola. Luperon is where we are. We're experiencing one of the most active hurricane seasons that's been recorded. I think it's like 150 years or so. So of those 150 years, this is one of the most active hurricane seasons. We actually have not been through a hurricane yet, but about 2 weeks ago, we went through a pretty big tropical storm that turned into a hurricane just as it passed us. And we had some difficulties.
We're right up against this boat.
Watch out. We've now confirmed what happened. We actually had a screw. We were on a mooring and there was like a 2-foot storm surge, plus the gusts were somewhere around 60 knots and it pulled the tooth out. So when we noticed we were drifting, we were moving really quickly because that tooth isn't, you know, it was screwed in tight, but once it popped out, it's a lot lighter than a barrel, dragging a barrel. So some boats had barrels that were just kind of dragging slightly and then they would find somewhere and settle. So the boats would only move a little. We were just gone. So the tooth actually did break. They've reinstalled the tooth and added a barrel. So anyways, now it's time to prepare for another storm. Michael, what was like the number one lesson we learned from the last storm that we tried to write out?
The number one lesson that we learned was do not underestimate the storm. And this tropical storm, Laura?
Yeah, it just turned into a named storm.
Just got named. She was heading towards us.
It was TD13 just before Laura.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be that bad. Sustained winds of like 30 knots.
It looks less severe than the one we just wrote out.
But I think we're going to be better prepared for this one than we were for the last one because we don't want to go through that again.
Yeah, but right now we're weighing the options. Should we go in the mangroves, which is a bit extreme. It's not a hurricane. But we did learn we need to overdo things instead of underestimate. So we're going to kind of feel it out. We're walking, we're talking, we're checking the weather, and then we're going to make a call here today. And we're about to write out another one. Lola, what do you think we should do? Oh. What's your vote? Do you want to go in the mangroves?
Oh.
You want to go in the mangroves, or do you want to try to write it out on the mooring ball and just add some lines and anchors and stuff?
What do you think?
Okay, I'm not really sure what to make of that, Lola.
Lola, what do you think?
Okay, that's mangrove vote. We got one vote for mangroves. Well, the rain is kind of spoiling our morning plans.
It's raining like a cow pissing on a flat rock.
Yes, and we keep thinking it's gonna let off, but I don't think so. So let's find a dry place and then we'll keep going here. It's gonna be a little more exciting prepping the boat if it's just dumping on us the whole time, but that'll be fine. At least it's not windy. Wind doesn't appear to be picking up until later in the afternoon. How are we gonna prepare better if we stay on the mooring ball?
So, I think there's like 4 things that we can do. Last time we minimized our windage and that was about it. This time we're gonna minimize our windage. We're going to lengthen our mooring lines because that was pretty much our big issue last time, was a storm surge. So we'll lengthen the mooring lines, and we're also gonna put out our big storm anchor, and we're gonna get our engine ready to go. So I guess we did actually do 2 things last time.
Yeah, the engine being ready to go was a huge move last time.
Saved our butts, for sure.
Whew. Whew. All right, Lola, the walk is cut short. Let's go. Come on, old girl. Let's go. I'm ready, I'm ready. It was recently brought to our attention by a friend, Drew, who he studies successful YouTubers. He studies everything, really.
Studies everything.
He's got a lot of knowledge, but he predicted that we were only getting less than half of our views from subscribers. He said the other half are probably coming from non-subscribers. And I was like, no, that can't be.
We've got such a loyal following.
We got a loyal following, and you guys are loyal.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah, and the commenting, we love the comments. We enjoy reading them all the time. But
Drew was right.
Drew was right.
Even not quite as right. So less than half of our views are coming from subscribers.
Less than half of you that watch are subscribed.
You better hit that subscribe button right now.
Yeah, more than half are.
Hit that subscribe button. What's
I mean,
it gonna cost
it's not gonna hurt. We're just
saying.
Look, yeah, if you feel right about it, maybe subscribe. If you really like our videos and you want to watch,
it helps us out, and I don't think it hurts you, right?
well, you know, we're gonna pop up in your news feed. We're gonna pop up a little more. But if you're watching the videos, that's not a bad thing, right?
Right?
Kind of want to see us.
Right?
Maybe subscribe if you're watching.
Thanks,
if you watch the videos, consider it. At least
thank you in
consider it.
advance
That's
for
myself.
subscribing.
I was never a good salesman.
Oh, sure you are.
I know, that's my play. All right, let's go. We're gonna have to pump the dinghy out. She's got a lot of water in her. Lola, old girl. Come on, old girl. Oh, you got boogers on your face. Lola, let me see your face. What's that? Lola, come here. What's on your face? That looks like a big snot rocket.
Looks like a
Oh my goodness. Gross.
booger. Oh.
Gross.
Oh, what is
Lola.
that? Oh.
Come on, let's go. Come on, old girl. Go. I'm not ready to go. I'm not ready to go. Yeah, what are you guys doing to prep?
Took our bowsprit, not off, but dismantled it. And so that we can not worry about our support cables for it. Twisting and turning. Sorry, I was distracted. Look at the beautiful rainbow.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
See, okay, you're not throwing an anchor or anything, huh? Just...
No, not yet. So our bowsprit comes out for our code 0, but it has these 2 wires that run down to each hull, and they interfere with the mooring lines when they're under tension. So we disassembled those wires and brought this up and tied it up here and took the furler off. So this is all open now if we have to deal with anything or throw an anchor out or yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
That's what we're doing in the rain.
What are you guys up to?
We had the worst timing ever, and we went for a walk in the pouring rain.
Yeah, pouring rain, but we're just weighing the options. We're gonna make a call here in about 5 minutes.
I think we're pretty sure we're staying out
Yeah.
there.
Nobody's going to the mangroves, and we didn't see that flood of fishing boats like we did last time. You doing all right? You might be able to...
I can hold it.
Okay, hang on. If you can get just another foot, we can show them what we're working with. All right. Oh, there we go. So we have a shackle here.
And a swivel, right?
Swivel, sorry. Yep. You know me, I'm not very good with terms.
Sticky, huh?
So we got 1, 2, the swivel. Oh yeah, that's why. So the swivel doesn't seem to be swiveling a whole lot. Can we get like 6 more inches, babe? I'll have to put the camera down, guys, because I need to help Michael, but
That's all I got.
Okay, so just trying to show them our setup here. We're gonna add one more line. We've got 2 barrels down there with river rocks, cement. This is like 3 to 4 month old mooring.
Good morning.
Good morning. I think he's one of the highest levels of dive instructor you can possibly be, if I heard right.
What?
Aren't you a pretty high level dive instructor?
Yeah.
About as high as you can get, is that right?
Yeah.
Patty dive?
Yeah, I used to train the instructor trainers.
Okay.
Set up 28 countries for them around the world. Trained all the instructors and worked with the resorts, stuff like that.
Okay.
Got burned out. So I came cruising. What do you guys need done?
Just the propeller, in case we need to use the engine. I think
exactly. Where's your intake?
Intake is also, it's on the bottom of the boat.
Okay.
Aft end on the port side.
Okay.
You'll see it's kind of just at the back of it. I can point it out to you.
Okay.
Well, we got Eric just pulled up here. This is a great opportunity. Oh.
He's not good with names.
I'm so sorry, Clark.
It's quite all right.
God.
You were close, it's Clark.
I wanted to correct you because you get his name wrong. Nobody out there knows. Our people would know and they'd say, what's wrong with you?
Clark and Emily. We got Eric and from Music and Lyrics. Clark is from Clark and Emily's Adventure. There's like 4 YouTube channels, but these guys are the real deal. Would you like?
Oh no, you got more subscribers than I do.
Well, no, but so here's from my take. We're like the fun, happy-go-lucky entertainers, and
Figure out how to
Clark is like the professional information, useful stuff. Like
he's Mr. Fix-It.
Mr. Fix-It, Mr. Info.
That's it.
Hi.
Yeah, so I really suggest you should check their channel out. We'll put a link in the description.
Oh,
again, they're very different. They're very different than our channel. They're the professionals. We're the amateurs.
You guys have been down here 3 years?
A while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2018, yeah.
We were talking. So, little sister, you don't randomly have a YouTube channel too, do you?
No.
No.
No, we're kind of inbred, you might call us.
Inbreds, okay.
Yeah, we just kind of do our thing, and that's it. We've been we came over from Africa in 1990, and we've been cruising the Caribbean ever since, mostly in the Bahamas, sometime down in Guatemala and that area. But, decided we wanted
35
something new.
years.
What?
35 years.
Yeah.
That's quite a long time.
No.
No?
Not yet.
Compared to my 4 years of experience out here.
Hey, at least you
just
guys
a
didn't have
rookie.
to get hauled in here. What are you talking about?
We almost did. So after like a lifetime of diving, free diving is the choice over scuba diving, it appears. I kind of feel bad because he offered to come over and check our prop. I thought he had scuba gear, and I'm like, yeah, that would be great. And then he just free dive, swam over here, and he's just gonna free dive on it, which is something I could do. So I should probably be down there, but nevertheless, let's
All right, so we're thinking about putting out an anchor for some extra precaution and talking about which direction the winds are gonna be coming from. The prevailing winds, the biggest gusts, and Clark was saying this one might be like the last storm.
Well, this one's like the last one in that its track looks like it's going to be similar. This is just my idea on it, of course. So it's gonna come over the island, but also like the last storm, to me, it looks like it's one of these weird storms where the eye wall isn't the biggest power, it's north of it. And I think that's going to pass quite north of us. And also, you don't want to say things like this because it, brings down Poseidon on you, but it looks like this one at its worst will have like 40 knots in it. And the last one at this time when we looked at it looked like it was going to have 80 knots in it. So there's a huge difference between 40 and 80 knots. Yeah. So I'm not too concerned with this. Also, I feel Luperon is safe until I talk to you guys in Luperon. They say 11 boats dragged. It was horrible.
But nobody was hurt and very minimal damage. So I still think that's a good argument that Luperon is safe.
Yeah. Well, it really, compared to where I was for the last one, this is way safer.
Yeah.
So Clark gave me the proper term for this, which is mousing. So there was no wire here. So we just ran it through the hole here and around the bottom of the swivel, so that way this doesn't just come unscrewed, because all that would take was this to come unscrewed and boop, pop, we're free. So that looks pretty good, right? We've got the swivel all nice and clean, so it's turning now. Although not super free, it's a lot better than it was. The lines look good. This is one breath hold. Oh my gosh. So he's just cleaned our propeller and cleared our through hole. Where you at? Lola, are you okay with our prep right now? Would you change anything?
What do you think?
No? Okay.
I think she approves. She wants to get down real bad.
All right, I think we're ready.
Say, make the rain stop.
We are ready. We are probably gonna throw an anchor as well, but this looks pretty good.
Your propeller looks like a nice ball of barnacles.
Okay.
And that's completely clean. You had some barnacles inside that little intake. And you don't want that because it's not that big to start with.
Okay.
So everything's clean. Clean and
you.
clear.
Thank you. We definitely owe you one.
And by lying to me, you got half your bottom clean. Just looking for it. So we're set.
Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Much appreciated.
That handle that just suction cups onto a smooth bit of foam?
Oh, these are great.
That's awesome.
They use them for showers for old people and stuff, so they can, you know.
Have a grip. Yeah. Okay.
So, see, when you turn 70, you qualify to buy them.
Okay.
So I'm all set to go.
Got a little ways to go for us.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
I think so.
No. Yep. I got a white hat anyways. That's my handprint. I think when I accidentally called Clark Eric, I put my hand on my hat, my brand new BOAB baby hat. But I think that'll come off. I have a challenge. My new challenge is to keep this hat as white as can be. Michael doesn't think I can do it. Nobody thinks I can do it. I don't even think I can do it. But what do you think? Can I keep this hat white? We have located an oil leak. It is a very small oil leak. And we basically recreated what happened in the last storm. Michael had to run it to like 3,000 RPMs. So we did that here on the mooring. And I was here with the flashlight and I noticed there was just a little drip coming from the bottom of our oil pan here in the corner. And once the engine cools down, it stops dripping. So I just checked the oil level right now and we're right in the middle. We're good. We're right there. So we're gonna monitor this for now until we address this, which is coming up soon. We have some options. What do you guys think we should do? I'm pretty sure we'll have to pull the entire engine out of the boat if we want to pull the oil pan off. There are, you know, Elf is a cruiser here that is insistent that we can get it off just with ingenuity. We should be able to get it off here. I don't know yet. But for now, all that matters is we have oil in this baby and she's ready to run hard at least, you know, one day, at least tonight. So we're gonna top it off. We haven't fixed the oil leak, but she should be ready to go in case we need her tonight. What are you doing? So if you can see, we have decided to throw an anchor out. It was a sign that you guys came and offered. We were on the fence.
I did it last time. I wrote the whole thing on my... I came out here in my dinghy and pulled the stubber, you know.
We just basically threw it dead east. So if it's strong from the southeast, at least we will have some grip from our anchor as well. Northeast, the same thing. So the only time where the anchor's not going to help us is if it clocks around from the west. Yeah. Which we don't foresee, but I don't know. You know, we'll see how she goes.
And the good thing, if it does come from the west, are those big mountains.
It's now 10:30 p.m. It has been dead calm all day. I mean, boats pointing in all different directions. There's literally no wind. Like they say, it's a calm before the storm. We've been watching the weather and it looks like it's gonna hit us like 4 to 5 in the morning. and it's gonna be really bad about 11 a.m. it looks like. So we're hoping to get a little bit of sleep right now, wake up super early, maybe 3 or 4, just be ready. It has begun. What is it, like 6 a.m.?
Not quite.
So it's about 6 a.m. So looks like from about 6 a.m. till noon, we're gonna be riding hard, riding rough. Rough riders. Riders of the storm. Let's check the weather out.
So that's right now the whole island of Hispaniola. I can zoom in on Luperon specifically. And
so that blue, all the blue is like 60 knots.
so that's us. Looks like we're about 50 knot gusts right now.
Okay. And let's play it forward. Says 7, 8. Yeah, and then it flies past.
Yep.
That's our 24-hour forecast.
So it's gonna get maybe a little bit worse, but nothing more than 50 knot winds, I think.
This is great. Michael and I were just saying it's a bonus that it's light. The worst of it is going to be while we can at least see, and when it's dark and you have the spotlight and visibility is, you know, very scarce, it makes it way crazier. What's going on down here?
Little coffee. All in all, pretty good. We got a lot of sleep last night, so that was nice. It's not too bad so far.
Well, this has been a pleasant surprise. It's 9 o'clock. When we looked at the weather, it looked like it was gonna get worse, but I mean, it's weird because the eye of the storm passed us at night. So as of now, about 5 a.m., 4 to 5 a.m., that was the worst of it for us. The eye passed us, but it looked like there was some gnarly gusts following it, but it should be hitting us right now. So we're crossing our fingers that it's passed. I think we still have a few more hours though, but you know, my friend Nolan always calls me Joel the Jinx, so I really hope I didn't just jinx anything, you know, the harbor or us. But here's the view. Not bad at all.
Oh, this is great. Way better than we thought.
Well, I think the record is a lot better so far. I don't think a single boat, well, there was a fishing boat incident when they were trying to tie up in the mangroves, I guess. One fishing boat kind of sideswiped Remedy, a sailboat over there. That was the only incident we've heard of, and that was just, you know, they were trying to tie up in the mangroves and things seemed to have got out of hand. I don't know, but this is a lot better so far. Joel the Jinx.
All right, guys, we made it through the storm, through the night.
So that was exactly what we kind of banked on happening to the last storm, Isaias. It basically, the mountains forced it south and kept it south and kind of broke it up for us on the north side of the island here in Luperon. Yeah. Lesson is don't bank on don't bank on best case scenario. Plan for the worst, which is what we did, and whew.
We were pleasantly surprised this time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of craziness around 5 a.m. when it was still dark and the wind started howling. So we got up and just kept an eye on things, but I don't think anybody in the harbor actually did any drifting.
No, like I said earlier, there was a fishing boat incident, but that wasn't due to the hurricane. They were just trying to get situated and had a bit of a snafu, but nothing too bad. So, you know, we did some extra prep work, so we learned from Isaias and we applied that here, and then the storm shredder did its thing and we dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Luperon Harbor got a point on the board against the storm. So I think we're 1-1 now. Last storm, 11 boats.
But I'm pretty sure there's already
kind of a
another storm on its way that's looking pretty formidable. So I think we'll get to do this a couple more times yet this season. 2020.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share it with some friends. I know it was a little anticlimactic, so.
It was a happy ending.
But it was
What
a
more
happy
could you
ending.
ask
Yes,
for?
yes. We all live happily ever after for a day.
The end.
These are the tales of BOAB.
Come on, Willie. Pay attention. Focus.
BOAB!
Lola dipped. How come you're so quiet?